Hello, cannedcream here, CC for short, and holy crap, I want to talk to you today about Princess Twilight Sparkle, Season 4, Episode 1, and I just cannot believe how great of an opening to the season we got. When I first started doing these videos, I told myself that I wasn't going to do episode reviews because so many other reviewers who are much better at this than I am have done them already, and I just kind of want to provide something different. But I really just want to talk about this episode. So this is going to be just me sort of rambling on for a couple minutes, not a lot of edits, not a lot of cutaways, just me talking and just giving my own personal feelings on the matter. Really less of a review and analysis and more of just fanboying, if that's okay. Like I said, this was just the perfect opening to the season. This hit all of the right notes. It was almost a perfect episode, minus a few problems which I can actually kind of forgive in favor of everything else that was so awesome about it. Starting out, let me just say, it is so great to see Twilight Sparkle is still going to have all of these problems with her character. The people who were saying that she was becoming Mary Sue, they were wrong. They were absolutely wrong here. Because all of her new alicorn powers, with those just comes a whole lot more problems. More alicorn, more problems. Oh, that was terrible. I'm definitely not using that. What was great is that she still has that kind of obsessive OCD freakout moments. I know a lot of people were kind of worried that that would go away when she started figuring out how to control herself, but it looks like she'll never reach less than 0 levels of freakout again, hopefully, but she'll still have these panic attacks, which is great because they just really make her character so likable when she just starts freaking out and getting inside of her own head and just coming up with all these scenarios that couldn't possibly happen. And also, I like seeing that she's going to have trouble with her wings. That flying is going to be really weird and hard for her, as it should be. Because she suddenly has like an extra set of limbs. And she has like one more thing she has to concentrate on. She doesn't know what to do with those. It's not like she was born with them, like she spent her entire life with it as just a natural part of her body. I imagine when you become an alicorn, suddenly having wings or a horn, or God forbid being an earth pony and suddenly having wings and a horn, it's probably really freaked up. I really hope the writers keep going with this because that is great. That is perfect. We need more of that. One thing I also want to talk about is just how great it is to have Discord back. He is fitting just a perfect role. I admit, I was one of those people that was kind of worried that Discord either would kind of be phased out of the show now that he changed alignment from, heel to face, or that he would kind of lose some of the stuff that made his character interesting. But I was wrong. Oh man, I was wrong. This is how Discord should be. He is on the side of good, but he's still pretty much an a-hole who's kind of in it for the laughs. I mean, he would never let you fall off the cliff, but he would definitely point and laugh at you while you hang there for as long as it was funny to him. The fact that he is kind of helping them out, but he's doing it in his own sort of devious way, shows that Discord is going to firmly remain Discord. And I am just so excited to see more of him in the future. The fact that, when Twilight comes running back into town and Discord just basically calls her out on her bullshit and then sends her right back in. Like, yeah, that was me teaching you a life lesson and kind of being an asshole about it. So, me. Ah, that's so great. And I'm so happy about all of that. The only problem I really had with the episode is kind of the problem that I've seen a lot of other people mention, is that once they're in the Everfree Forest and they send Twilight back and then she comes back and then they all meet up again, it's really rushed in that area. It's like maybe 2 or 3 minutes long. We go through this entire conflict arc and it's resolved. It was almost like something out of Equestria Girls where they introduce a problem, they fix the problem, they move on. There's like no real build up to what really should have been a very emotional moment. It almost makes me wish that this arc was broken up into 3 episodes rather than 2, because I think with 3 they really could have played up that, you really shouldn't be doing this stuff with us anymore because you're a princess now and you have to put your duties before your duties with us. And Twilight's like, oh crap, you're right. And then she's like, no, my friends have to come first, or else what kind of, example am I setting? And I feel like that could have been drawn out a lot better. But at the same time, if they had given us 3 episodes, I'd probably be sitting here saying, oh, it should have been 4. It should have been 5, should have been 17, should have been the entire season. I probably wouldn't be happy no matter what. So, it's a minor complaint. I got over it. Otherwise, the episode is just too awesome. Just so many great holy crap moments. When those black vines break into the castle and you hear Celestia just scream, it's like, oh, shit, this just got bad. Like, I knew from the description that Luna and Celestia were going to be kidnapped. I just didn't know how, and I wasn't expecting it to be from evil plants. And then at the end of part 1 of the episode, when they kind of just screw with you and make it look like, oh, this was Luna all along. She's been faking it. She's still evil. She's still Nightmare Moon. I bought that. I totally bought that. I was like, oh, shit, I have a Luna episode coming up too, and now none of it works. I have to throw away the entire episode I finished. Damn it, Luna, why would you do this to me? You're still my favorite, though. This is what I get for constantly advocating a new Lunar Republic uprising. This is what I get. I loved that. That was almost a perfectly done sort of screw to the audience, because unlike other children's shows, My Little Pony, I believe that they would do that. If they're willing to take an evil character like Discord and turn him good, I fully believe that they would at some point take a good character and turn them over to evil. I was almost expecting that that Luna would have been possessed again by that nightmare miasma stuff from the comics. I admit I'm not super familiar with the comics. So I'm not entirely sure everything about it. I do know the general gist of it, though. And I was kind of thinking that maybe the cartoon and the comics would kind of start merging together in kind of a singular storyline. I'm actually kind of glad it's not, though. I kind of like having the two medias sort of separate but equal from each other. So when that was revealed to be exactly what we all assumed when we saw the previews, was that this was just Twilight seeing into the past. You know, that was a relief for me. I'll admit that. And I admit it was also awesome seeing more of Equestria's past, because I know we as the fans, we constantly want to know more about what Equestria was like before. We got to see Nightmare Moon, we got to see the overthrow of Discord, we got to see essentially like the center of magic in Equestria, that tree of harmony. That was awesome, I admit. I really want to learn more about that tree now. I really want to learn more about the things that we saw in those flashbacks. I really want to see them fleshed out even more. I would love an episode that took place during the final years of Discord's rule. I really want to see exactly how that went down in greater detail. Because if you look at Luna and Celestia, they're all beat up and dirty. And when Discord kind of jokingly steals Celestia's tail, she has this momentary freak out that was really goes against her character as being this very calm, very tranquil sort of pony, no matter what the situation is. I would love to see an earlier Celestia who's still kind of young, still kind of figuring out how she's supposed to act. I really think that would make for a great, not just an episode, but almost an entirely great arc of looking into the past. And I think that's when you know you have a good show, is when you have a fan base who's just constantly crying to see more and more of its universe and how everything works and how everything comes together. This episode only makes me more hungry for more of that. One thing I do love for sure was how it all wrapped up there at the very end. How that scene with that flashback scene with Discord there, you know, eating what kind of looks like sesame seeds or sunflower seeds, just whatever. I didn't have a second thought about that, and I'm almost positive no one else did either. I'm sure there are some people who were suspicious, but I think the general audience is like, okay, that's just Discord being Discord. I don't really need to question it. And then when we flash back at the end, it's like, oh no, this was actually the setup to what was happening. You see what we did here? Discord's like, oh yeah, this was all me. I did this just to totally retake my kingdom. I just didn't know it would take this long. Sorry, by the way. Good thing you stopped it. Going back and watching it a second time and really paying attention to Discord's reactions, and just, it's amazing how well he's playing the entire main six to go and fix this kind of problem he made. And he does want them to fix it. I mean, if he didn't, he would probably just straight up lie to them or send them on like a wild goose chase somewhere and just let his plants finish what they're doing. But he doesn't. He's like, no, this is kind of what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna tell it to you in riddles. It doesn't look like I'm helping out too much because I can't make you suspicious, and I kind of don't want to help out that much either. So, you know, hey, if you win, that's awesome. If you don't, I'm a god of chaos, I'm probably still good. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else can I talk about here? Okay, I know one thing people were talking about was whether or not this would be an entire story arc, whether, the box with the keys, whether that would be the entire season 4. And I can almost guarantee that's not going to be every episode because of the previews that we saw. There's at least going to be 2 other ones that probably don't deal with the keys at all. And that one, those being first that superhero one, which I am very interested in seeing what happens in that one. And the second one being with the Cutie Mark Crusaders, which is looking like, fingers crossed, looking like it's going to be another episode of them just doing awesome things rather than looking for their cutie marks, which kind of got old, especially after we kind of saw what their talents were going to be. There's not really a mystery anymore, so there's no reason to keep drawing that out. So at least 2 out of this season of, was it like 20 episodes or so, won't be about the keys. I saw A&Y Pony's sort of first impressions on the episode, and I'm going to definitely agree with what he said and hope that this isn't, that box with the keys wasn't something we introduced in episode 1 and we won't see or hear about again until the very end. I am hoping that this has at least kind of comes back into play every now and then during the show, because it's too interesting to just leave alone till the very end. I want to know what's in that frickin' box, Is it a new element? Is it another dragon? Is it Applejack's parents? Is it Fluttershy's parents? Is it Scootaloo's parents? Oh my god, a lot of ponies don't have parents in this show. Okay, I'm actually kind of running out of things to say now. I'm starting to ramble, and this was already a ramble. I just don't want to become completely out there with me just saying and for 50 minutes. So, anyway, this was my first time doing it just completely off the top of my head, analyzing and a review of an episode. Honestly, let me know what you thought about this. Did you like it? Should I do more like this? Should I do more scripted episodes reviewing episodes? Comment below, let me know what you thought. Subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw. Thank you very much for watching and listening to me today, and as always,
stay pony, my friends.